But you're trying so hard that I can't.
It's a little bit boring.
It's amazing.
A bit meh.
Boring.
Get your face off the screen, shush! Hello everyone and welcome to the morning after the Austrian national selection. 6 acts battled it out for the chance to represent Austria at Eurovision, but only one could win. And the lucky winners were the MakeMakes with their song I Am Yours. So to review this and all of last night's action, I'm joined by our Austrian correspondent Patrick and Misha in the Czech Republic. So first off, Patrick, since you're the man on the ground, what's the general reaction and your view on the winning song?
Well, actually, I have to say that yesterday I was really convinced that they will win, and they did. I think many people felt like this because the performance was brilliant with the burning piano, with the flames on the piano, and vocals, they were great, and actually they were one of the strongest yesterday. That was not a big thing, but because nobody was amazing, but they were really good, and I think to review them, they have a great song. It's strong. It's a ballad, of course, or another ballad, but in the end they are good, and yeah, they were a good choice.
Yeah, they were a good choice for Austria, but I don't think that the song is good enough. Well, there are no so many good songs in Austrian final, and it didn't go out of the gray mass, so to say. It's just an okay song with okay tune, just a little bit boring. And what I feel when I listen to this song, I feel that I've heard it somewhere. I've heard it somewhere on the TV or some TV series. I don't know really, but yeah, that's a feeling it can play for me.
Yeah, I've got a similar feeling, and looking at Twitter, a lot of people do. There's many people, myself included, are comparing it to The Scientist by Coldplay, but he's got a kind of rockier voice and he's less polished than Coldplay, but it definitely sounds like something that you've heard before, and I think it's a safe option. Austria aren't going to be embarrassed by it, but I don't think they're going to be wowing anyone on the night.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because of the similarity of the song, it's probably because the producer is American. So I think many could say, yeah, we heard it before, because it's a genre that is really popular, especially in the United States. So I blame that on the producer, of course. As you said, it's not gonna wow anybody. I think that maybe the juries will say, okay, that's a good song, because all the international juries yesterday, they were really like, yeah, we liked it, and they gave all the 12 and 10 points to them. And I think some juries will do that, and I think top 15 maybe, because we're the host country, and yeah, I think top 15 will be there.
Well, I'm not sure about top 15, but top 20, yes. Well, yeah, it's a good song, really. But I don't know, there are so many good songs this year, so it's so hard even to make some top 10 because it's packed, really. But yeah, who knows what will happen? But what I'm sure about is that they will not win. They just don't have enough energy to win.
Well, for the moment, I think it's safe to say they'll be top 27 at least. But of course, there was 6 other acts in last night's final, and the runner-up was Dawa. Of course, these were favourites amongst a lot of us, and it was unsurprising that they got to the super final, but then perhaps a little shocked that they didn't win. Were you disappointed that the MakeMakes edged them out in the end?
I was personally really disappointed, because Dawa was my personal favorite, and I think they had one of the best shows yesterday. The vocals were great. The lead singers are amazing, especially the boy. He can sing like a god. Is really, and even the judges said that in the past episodes, that he has the strongest voice. And actually there was this whole package that they had, and they were so natural, and they were so, yeah, we are not going to win anyway, and sadly they didn't. But I think in Eurovision they would have been a bit lost, but who cares? We are the host country. Why can't we send them? If they have a nice tune, they have amazing instruments, and it was a good live show. I think a wonderful runner-up, really.
Yeah, they also had a good songs. A song, well, like everybody in the national final of Austria, they have a good song, but nothing special. I like Dava, but the same as the MakeMakes, I have a feeling that I've heard that before. And yes, I guess it is clearly seen this American influence of the songs that there were American composers, because yeah, a lot of songs were heard before. But yeah, they still were good, and I think they were better than MakeMakes because yeah, they had a different energy, different style of the song. It was a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah, there's sound that we've heard before, but we've heard them in 2014 and 2015. They remind me of Ed Sheeran, maybe not quite as folksy as Mumford and Sons, but that kind of general genre. Whereas the MakeMakes remind me of Coldplay when they were big back in 2004, 2005, 10 years ago, basically. I think Dawa are a bit more contemporary, and I think that would have helped them perhaps in Eurovision, that it would have attracted more votes, basically. So out of the four who didn't qualify for the super final, who would you rate, and do you think any of those should be heading to Vienna instead?
I think that the best two made it to the super final, but I was really disappointed that Selena Ann placed last. She was, for me, the third best of the evening, and yeah, placing her last instead of Volkshilfe and Johann Sebastian Bach is a nightmare. I think she was really shocked as well, and I think many people were. But the televoting gave her only the lowest score, and the international jury, so it was okay then. But placing her last was a big disappointment, and seeing Volkshilfe placing fourth was a horrible thing. I would have placed them last.
Yeah, I personally liked Zoe. I liked the style of her song. It was very nice, entertaining. And, it reminds you of some walking in some narrow streets with a fresh smell of bakery and coffee. It's really nice, and I wish it would go to Vienna because it would just add some different energy. But still, it's not good enough to win or play so well.
I thought that Zoe did a big mistake doing it in English this time. First of all, I thought, okay, French is not good because we're in Austria, nobody speaks it, nobody cares about French. But then, when she did it in English, I was really disappointed because I couldn't understand her vocals. It was like mumbling in French English, and it was not good. I think that hurted her at the televoting because it was a fresh sound. It was a 20s tune. UK has that already, but yeah, it's a bit. It wasn't matching for me.
And this year's national selection format is brand new after they had a few failed attempts in previous years, and last year, of course, Conchita was an internal selection. Do you think this new format works, and would you like to see it brought back next year?
The final works. I have to say that the final is a good thing with all the international judges, a bit like Melody Festival. It's a good thing. The other shows, the other three shows were a total mess and a big disappointment, a waste of money in my opinion. ORF could have done a bigger show, not pre-recorded, because I think, as I can say, an Austrian wants to vote in every show, and not having a jury who had no idea about Eurovision, no idea about real music and taste. Without any taste, they had really no taste. I hated the coaches so much, and many people did. So I think that was a big mistake to do that, and they have to rework it. The final, they can have the final, but the rest was total trash.
In my opinion, the Austrian show was such a mix of Germany, Melody Festival, and Lithuania. And Lithuania part with a pre-recorded show, they should cut it off. But the national final itself, yes, it's good. But I don't know. I think that artists should present one song, so they would concentrate. They would present what they like more personally, and they bring something better.
I think that ORF had good intentions, perhaps when they were launching this format, but then the songs that came out of it, they were very safe and bland, and there wasn't really anything exciting. And for all the effort they put into it, and then the end result was just similar to Switzerland or Ireland, and they would typically be ranked as the lower quality national finals. So I think it was disappointing from that side that after so much effort and such a big revamp, that the songs were kind of a bit meh. Um, but hopefully, maybe this is just a learning curve, and next year they can build on it.
I hope so. I think the ORF was like, yeah, we're going safe because we can't afford another Eurovision. Um, yeah, they didn't want the Eurovision back, and I think it's good to go safe when we are hosting the country. So I have no problem with that. If we would have sent Johann Sebastian Bach or Volkshilfe, would be really, oh God, last place. No, that's a disappointment. But now I can say we won't place last, and that's good.
And we'll leave the last word to our Austrian. They won't place last. But for more Eurovision news, reviews, previews, interviews, hit subscribe, and you can follow us on all social media. Just type in at wiwibloggs into the search engine box. And for more news and the latest updates, head over to wiwibloggs.com. So until next time, bye for now.